Have you ever been absolutely frustrated by a parking ticket? Well, today we're jumping right into the tale of three Richmonds. We're going to take a really fascinating look at just how decentralized local government can be when it comes to the dreaded parking citation. Seriously, when we talk about municipal regulations, absolutely nothing impacts our day-to-day lives quite like parking enforcement.
Just picture this. You walk up to your car, and there it is, a citation tucked right under your windshield wiper. You look at it, let out a massive sigh, and head online to settle the fine. But hold on a second. Before you can even pay it, you literally have to figure out which city you're dealing with. Is it Richmond, Virginia, Richmond, British Columbia, or Richmond, California?
It's kind of crazy, but these are three totally distinct cities that just happen to share the exact same name. And because of that, they have completely different ways of handling your parking tickets. It perfectly illustrates how jurisdictions with the same name can have entirely unique legal frameworks and penalty systems. We're talking different digital portals, completely different appeal processes, and vastly different ultimate consequences. What works to get you out of a jam in one Richmond could totally backfire in another.
So, here is our agenda for this explainer. First, we'll look at the three Richmonds. Then we'll compare their online payment systems, dive into fines and late fees, dissect the appeals process, and finally, we'll check out the ultimate consequences.
All right, let's jump straight into Section 1, the three Richmonds, setting the stage.
We need to figure out who is actually issuing and processing these fines in the first place. Now, what's really interesting here is the sheer variation in how you can actually hand over your hard-earned money. In Richmond, Virginia, parking is managed by the Department of Finance. Up in British Columbia, it falls under the Primary Finance Division. And for both of those cities, you can still walk right into City Hall and pay in person if you want to. But then there's Richmond, California. They run their whole system through a third-party hub called the Citation Processing Center. And they've completely eliminated all in-person payment options. No way, right? You literally cannot walk into a building to hand them cash. It is online or by mail only.
Moving right along to Section 2, Online Payment Systems, Navigating the Portals.
So you've decided to pay online, which is great, right? Well, even the basic info you need just to look up your ticket varies wildly. If you're paying in Virginia, it's pretty straightforward. You just need your citation number or your license plate. Up in British Columbia, the system asks for an 8-digit violation ticket number, which usually starts with a V, or your license plate. But California, their multi-parameter search is incredibly detailed. You're going to need combinations like your citation and date, or notice and zip code, or plate and state. While it might seem a bit complex at first glance, this is actually a real game changer if you happen to lose your physical paper copy, giving you multiple ways to track down your debt.
But here is where that online convenience can actually cost you. In Virginia, using their third-party portal, which is called Remit Online, means you're penalized just for using the digital option. Yep, they slap a non-refundable convenience fee right onto your payment. Meanwhile, Richmond, British Columbia, entirely exempts municipal bylaw fines from credit card surcharges. So you pay the exact amount on the ticket and not a penny more.
And that Virginia convenience fee? It's exactly $3.95 per transaction. But here's a critical pro tip if you ever find yourself with a stack of Virginia parking tickets. To mitigate this non-refundable fee, savvy drivers can actually bundle up to 3 tickets into a single transaction on the Remit Online portal. By adding each one individually to your cart before checking out, you completely avoid getting charged that $3.95 over and over again.
Okay, let's dive into Section 3, Fines and Late Fees, the cost of waiting.
Because let me tell you, the financial cost of a mistake or just procrastinating in these cities is vastly different. Paying on time is absolutely crucial. Just take a look at the unbelievably steep initial financial penalties in Richmond, California. A standard parking ticket there might run you $50, sure. But if you park in a red zone, that's $100. A bus zone jumps to $250, and if you accidentally park in a blue zone or handicap spot, that will immediately set you back $350. The financial hit here is absolutely massive right out of the gate.
By contrast, Richmond, Virginia doesn't necessarily hit you with massive initial fines. Instead, they use a rigid, time-based escalation model to really incentivize rapid payment. If you don't pay within 14 days, boom, a $10 late fee is applied. Hit 30 days, that's another $10. And if you let it hit delinquency, your original fine is entirely doubled and you completely lose the ability to contest it.
Moving to Section 4, the appeals process, fighting this system.
So what if you genuinely think the ticket was a mistake and you want to fight it? Well, every municipality has an appeals process, but they for sure don't make it easy.
What's absolutely fascinating here is the explicit legal presumption of guilt in Virginia. This quote is straight from the Virginia Administrative Code. The citation is officially presumed valid. That means the burden of proof rests entirely on your shoulders to prove you didn't do it. You have to bring the evidence. Otherwise, the city just wins by default.
And this builds into their dual-track systems. In Virginia, your initial online administrative review is strictly limited to very specific technicalities, stuff like a malfunctioning parking meter, a fallen permit, or a documented medical emergency. If you just disagree with the ticket, you basically have to go straight to traffic court. Meanwhile, California has this wild system where, if your initial review is denied, they actually require you to fully prepay the fine before they'll even grant you a Level 2 administrative hearing. They literally hold your money hostage while you fight to get it back.
All right, let's look at Section 5, Ultimate Consequences Hitting the End of the Road.
So what does this all mean if you just decide to completely ignore your citation? Toss it in the trash and hope they just forget? Well, these municipalities have engineered some very heavy-handed final tactics to make sure they get their money. Let's look at British Columbia. You have a 28-day window to pay or dispute. Once that deadline passes, late penalties hit automatically. Now, while BC doesn't hold your actual driver's license hostage, they will flag your license plate in their local municipal database. If you're caught parking on city property again with multiple unpaid tickets, your vehicle is subject to immediate towing and impoundment. They will literally hunt down your car.
And here's how the ultimate consequences stack up across all three of our cities. In Virginia, delinquent accounts get shipped off to a law firm-backed collection agency, which can legally slap on an extra 33% in collection fees right on top of your already doubled fine. British Columbia uses that database tracking and immediate towing we just talked about. And California, well, they go straight to the top. Unpaid tickets result in an automatic state DMV hold on your vehicle registration. You simply won't be able to register your car until you pay up with the Citation Processing Center.
And that brings us to the conclusion, the bureaucratic landscape. Staying organized and informed about your local parking laws isn't just about avoiding an annoying piece of paper on your windshield. It's really about navigating a complex bureaucratic maze that varies wildly depending on your zip code or postal code. From steep $350 initial fines in California to zero surcharge online portals in British Columbia to the rigid double fine escalation in Virginia, I'll leave you to wonder, which city do you think truly balances enforcement with fairness? The next time you park, just remember, the rules of the road depend entirely on which Richmond you happen to be standing in. Thanks for joining us for this explainer, and stay informed out there.